Tank is done. Tank is hung him up. Shoes off. Get the bag. Put a plaque up. He's done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solar, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
Across the boxing community, a single concern keeps surfacing. Has Gervonta "Tank" Davis reached the end of his run? A fighter who was once widely viewed as the sport's leading figure, the successor to Floyd Mayweather's legacy, and a knockout artist capable of filling stadiums and driving massive pay-per-view numbers, now appears to be drifting away from the hunger that once defined him.
I'm gonna do like this for y'all. Since y'all think it ain't no love over here. We'll put the quiet on here.
You know what I'm saying?
How did y'all meet?
Hold on. Okay. I want to say something too.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they want me and this,
Yeah.
me and this dude
Let's
to
get this
be,
clear.
to be in beef. They want us to be, you know what I'm saying, going at it on Twitter because we young, you know what I'm saying? We handsome, flashy, light-skinned dudes, you know what I'm saying? We getting a lot of money and we doing some big things, and it's only the sky's the limit for both of us, all 3 of us, for real. So, you know, they want us to be, but you know what I'm saying? We gonna keep on winning, keep on getting money, and keep doing what we supposed to.
And ain't no way that's gonna happen with an OG in this corner and I'm OG in this corner here. And never in the future. It ain't gonna never happen. It's business.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
How did y'all meet?
We got some greatness around here.
How did y'all meet?
That's your name?
Devin was trying. How old you was?
No, we was young, yeah.
14. But I already knew about Devin a long time ago because he was in the end just, you know what I mean, beating everybody up and shit like that. Now he turned pro. You know what I mean?
If y'all played it right, it's a 9-figure fight though. Y'all played this shit right.
Dude, here you go. Here you
I'm
go.
being 100. 100 with y'all. I want y'all to make money.
Kimbo Slice.
Say it again.
Looking back at his rise, it's easy to see why Gervonta Davis earned a reputation as one of boxing's most dangerous finishers. He wasn't just winning fights, he was stopping opponents in highlight reel fashion across the 130 to 135-pound divisions. Each time he stepped into the ring, it felt like something big was about to happen. His punches carried real authority, and every performance seemed to send a message to the rest of the division.
But I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta "Tank" Davis. When Gervonta "Tank" Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss.
But recently, that presence seems to have faded. The confidence, the drive, the ruthless edge he was known for. It all feels noticeably absent.
Or the right decision was made. It's just that it's a damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law. And the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserved to be under the jail.
Instead of talk about blockbuster matchups and career-defining fights, the conversation around him has shifted toward court appearances, legal headlines, and ongoing off-ring controversies. For many fans, it's created the feeling that boxing is no longer at the center of his focus. And then comes the situation everyone has been pointing to. At a time when Gervonta Davis was expected to be locked in on his legacy, he became involved in another domestic violence-related legal case, adding even more fuel to the growing concerns around his direction and priorities.
Welcome back. Champion boxer Gervonta "Tank" Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations against.
Reports began circulating about a troubling event that unsettled his supporters and added to the ongoing perception that Tank struggles to manage his personal life beyond boxing.
Tank Davis, you know, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
You know, I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, you know, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your... That's it, you know, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women.
This isn't the first time something like this has followed him. Over the years, his record has included multiple legal issues, ranging from street fights to hit-and-run allegations. Yet each time, he seems to move past it and return to the boxing world as if nothing happened. But this situation feels different. A growing number of fans and analysts are now saying they've had enough. At this point, it's hard to justify calling someone the best in boxing when they appear to spend as much time dealing with court cases as they do preparing inside the gym.
Yeah, man, I just want to say to let the people know that this judge is crazy, bro. This judge is, she locked me up because basically I bought a property. I did everything in my power to listen to my lawyers.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
The home detention people. I listened to everybody to the T. She's mad that I bought a property. That's why I'm sitting in jail. She said that I shouldn't have. She wanted me to be in an apartment, a one-bed apartment. You know what I mean? And I couldn't even, you know what I mean, take that. You know what I mean? She wanted me to stay in a one-bed apartment, couldn't have my kids and nothing to come visit me and things like that. I just want to spread light in this situation because I feel as though she's taking advantage of me. She could.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
And she's doing stuff that's not right to me. I feel as though I don't know if she's advantage of or not, but the things that she's doing right now is not right. You know what I mean? I feel as though I need to shed light on this situation.
Then the bout with Lamont Roach came next. It was billed as a major comeback performance for Tank, a chance to deliver a clear message. Many expected him to dominate Roach with ease, shut down the doubts around him, and reaffirm his place among boxing's elite.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that. Or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
The judges ultimately scored it as a majority draw, but for many watching, it didn't feel like one. It felt like Tank came up short. Roach left the ring with his reputation boosted, while Tank exited with more questions surrounding his performance than answers. Almost overnight, the pound-for-pound discussions seemed to shift, and his name started to fade from those conversations.
This is my opinion. Sure. It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Depending on what they do with that decision of taking the knee, depending if the commission reverses the decision, or I think the draw was meant to be. So I like the draw. No, if you take the knee, man, if you take a knee in the 90s or in 2000, you're taking a point off. That's the bottom line. You're taking a point off. I don't know what happened with the referee. Maybe he was a little starstruck. Maybe he was a little, you know, because he loves Tank. He loves New York. He loves the big lights. You know, the referee with the eyes, you know, he's like, a point should be deducted if you take a knee. It's a fact. It's in the rule book, right? The fact that they didn't take it away, then that's where the controversy is, right? It's not, look, did Gervonta get hit? Was he dazed? Who knows? Only he knows. But what I saw, when you take a knee, that's an automatic point. That's just the rule. This is not basketball. This is not, you know, this is not basketball where, wait, hold on, my ankle hurts. Hold on, let me take a timeout. You don't take timeouts in boxing. It just doesn't happen. Whether he had something in his eye or not, you have to fight. There's 3 minutes to fight. So if you take a knee, if you go to your corner, I mean, the rules are the rules. And I don't know what New York is gonna settle on, but the rules are the rules.
What made the situation even more frustrating for many fans was what followed after the fight. Instead of pushing for an immediate rematch with Roach to settle the controversy, Tank showed little interest in running it back.
Well, first off, the rematch, yes, it don't look like it's happening. That's just to, you know, put it out there and be transparent with everyone, because that's the only question I get 10 times a day, maybe even more. So, that's what it is, and that's what it's looking like. Again, we still haven't heard from his camp, like specifically when it comes to the business. So, it is what it is. As far as my future, man, we moving on. We can't just sit around and drag our feet. But there has been some recent news that, his charges got dismissed in Florida.
That's good news. But does that open up the possibility for talks to reopen, Champ, or are you gonna move on for the time being and maybe revisit this later? What's the general feeling with you and your camp?
I mean, like I said, we're not going to sit and wait. I think their best bet is to, try to structure something. If not, we're gonna move forward. We don't have time to be. It's not like we're the cash cow. You know what I'm saying?
But do you think he even wants to fight you?
Honestly, no.
Which leads to what many see as the most disappointing turn in this entire situation. Tank is now being linked to a potential fight with Jake Paul, a YouTuber who has made his name in boxing by facing former MMA fighters and celebrity opponents, rather than elite-level, world-class boxers.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
To be fair, Jake Paul is undeniably effective when it comes to promoting fights and pulling in massive audiences. He consistently drives strong viewership and financial attention. However, for a fighter like Gervonta Davis, someone once expected to represent the highest level of boxing and carry the sport's mainstream spotlight, this kind of matchup is being viewed by many as a disappointing direction and not aligned with those expectations.
Didn't say you got your eye on Tank. What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fighting?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if he won't call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it.
A large portion of fans interpret the situation as purely financially driven. From their perspective, Jake Paul represents a fight that guarantees major earnings and widespread attention for Gervonta Davis.
I want to talk about, just because I'm curious, so you see a lot of athletes announce retirement and then come back, or announce retirement and then don't retire. How realistic is this?
It's real.
Has it changed? Have you have you had any thoughts maybe I was tripping a bit?
Yeah, I do be having those thoughts.
Yeah.
But it's also too, I want to get myself together though.
Which is much more important.
Yeah, I really want to get myself together, not retire, but take a break, but the only thing is, well, I ain't gonna lie. I had already made a promise. To Al, we out of it type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I can stick around and I will help people and guide people, but as far as me competing, I don't really want to do it. It's other stuff I need to work on, being more there for my kids, going to school, just building myself up as a person,
yeah.
You know what I mean, as a great human being. That's what I'm focusing on.
The situation may go deeper than just the talk around Jake Paul. Even before the Roach fight, Gervonta Davis was already dropping subtle signs that he was thinking about walking away from the sport. He hinted at retirement, shared vague and cryptic posts, and openly expressed uncertainty about how much longer he planned to continue boxing.
I ain't really trying to be in this too much longer. That's the answer right there for you.
How old are you now? 28?
28.
Yeah. How much longer are you expecting to do it?
Once I get them guys out of there, I'm gone.
Is that right? Let's say 30-ish, something like that? Why do you want to get out so soon?
I want to just help people that's coming behind me. I feel as though that's more important. Future.
Is that why you got Lamont Peterson and Anthony on this card?
They was before me, but they're trying to do my good deeds. I feel as though it's something that's installed in me. There's loyalty. I feel as though that's something that people missing out here. I feel as though if you're in a position to help somebody,
After the draw, the criticism, and the widespread reaction to him appearing vulnerable on a global stage, the idea of retirement started to feel much more realistic than many expected. Even other fighters began speaking on the situation. Claressa Shields, a highly decorated champion and someone who shares a personal connection with Gervonta Davis, was direct in her assessment, saying he needs therapy rather than more training, another bout, or a tune-up fight.
Are you retiring?
Are you losing the love of the sport?
What changed? What made you?
It's trash, garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
I'm out of it.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Yeah. Fed up with the
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might be gaining the love for it though? You never know. Like you say, you got to squawk today.
The mental health concerns, the loss of focus, and the frustration spilling over into his personal life all seem to be catching up with him at once. And in that context, her comments may not be far off. Maybe Gervonta Davis does need time away from boxing, space to reset and focus on himself, because the version of him currently showing up doesn't resemble a fully locked-in champion. Instead, it appears like someone who may no longer have the same desire to be in the ring.
We can debate the top fighter in the world pound for pound. We can do that. What we cannot do is debate who's the most exciting fighter, who's the biggest box office attraction in boxing. That would happen to be Gervonta Davis. We just got to accept it. I think that Frank Martin is a talented fighter. He'll make some things happen down the line in the future, but we'll never look at him the same after that destruction. Not to say that we won't respect him, but we'll never look at him the same because he got destroyed by Gervonta Davis. And that's no shame, that's no slouch, but damn, still in all, you get destroyed, you get destroyed. Gervonta Davis is the #1 box office attraction. Who I want to see him against next is Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to see him against Devin Haney because Devin Haney has proven to me that he's not a good punch taker. I want to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with somebody perceived as having enough power to put him on the canvas too. That's what I want to see.
A fighter who was once seen as someone capable of dominating across divisions, building a lasting legacy, and carrying boxing into a new era. But now, there's a growing fear among some fans that the story could be remembered differently. Instead of being defined purely by achievements in the ring, some believe his name could eventually be tied to missed potential, criticism over discipline outside the sport, and questions about whether he consistently pursued the biggest challenges available to him inside the ropes. This isn't the first time we've seen it happen. Fighters with all the skill in the world slowly getting trapped by their own personal battles. And right now, many feel like Gervonta Davis is heading down that same path.
And we go again. That's why I don't do interviews anymore, because they always take my word and misconstrue it. You know what I'm saying? When we was talking about individuals, we wasn't talking about nobody specific, and we wasn't talking about Tank. Tank is my baby. Tank, Kenny said, out of 100, 2 of them love you. That's one of them that do love you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing I don't want. He's a grown man, and he have the right to make the grown man decisions that he want. So let's get that. Put that up. Everybody's snatching something and don't even have a clue. And that's what I was saying about social media. You know what I'm saying? If you don't hear a person say it out their mouth, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. I love all my fighters, but I'm just trying to tell them, man, I'm not getting younger. I'm getting older. I'm getting to a point in my life that is just getting on my nerves that they don't appreciate the work that we are putting in. Appreciate. Show up for the coach. Be on time. That is stuff I'm talking about.
Stop this narrative about Tank not paying their Calvin. Each and every time I worked that corner with Tank, Tank took care of me. And he's going to continue to take care of me. Tank is family for life.
Yeah.
And it wasn't you that started Southpaw. They started a couple years ago with the Vegas Rat. But in Baltimore, we don't count other men's pockets. I don't care if he's a billionaire, I'm not counting his pockets.
So the question now becomes, is this the end of the road for Gervonta Davis? Possibly for good. At this moment, that's exactly how it feels for a lot of fans. When you stack everything together, the ongoing legal issues, the perceived dip in motivation, the controversial draw against Lamont Roach, the lack of interest in a rematch, the growing talk around a fight with Jake Paul, and the repeated hints about stepping away from the sport, it paints a picture of uncertainty.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like if I'm on my game, I take that. Probably hand in hand. But skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me.
But boxing careers also tend to swing the other way just as often. One sharp training camp, one highly motivated comeback fight, or one major rivalry matchup can completely reset the narrative. Fighters in his position don't always fade out quietly. Sometimes they return with their strongest performances when least expected. Whether this is the beginning of the end or just a temporary down and really depends on what he chooses to do next inside the ring.